get my money up, I don't give a what they, you know. But when I'm with my money, that's when I be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, enough is, we're grown men, we supposed to be gangsters. Like, I was like, I thought we was just, you know. Like I said, me and homeboy was both getting at her. It was like one of us is gonna win. And I won.
Jay-Z's already got 99 problems. Jay-Z innocent until proven guilty based on the recent allegations.
Jay-Z has been a crook for a long time. He grew up in a toxic environment.
At 53, Dame Dash is finally revealing the untold stories behind his relationship with Jay-Z, lifting the veil on their once thriving partnership and the dramatic fallout that followed from launching Jay-Z's career to building Rockefeller Records together. Dash reflects on their rise to fame, but also the tension and betrayal that fractured their bond in this candid revelation. Dash exposed is the business move's personal rifts and power struggles that led to their split, shedding light on his perspective of their tumultuous journey as Jay-Z has become an untouchable mogul. Dash takes us inside the tension, betrayal, and ambition that ultimately tore apart what was once a powerful alliance. It's an exclusive, unfiltered look into the high-stakes world of hip-hop. At 53 years old, Dame Dash, one of the co-founders of Rockefeller Records, is not holding back. Known for his brash personality, independent spirit, and deep connection to hip-hop culture, Dash has spent years reflecting on his tumultuous relationship with Jay-Z, the business mogul who helped define their shared success. In a recent interview, Dash finally sheds light on his side of the story, offering a no-holds-bar account of his time with Jay-Z and how their partnership unraveled.
I honestly, like, unless he's my money up, I don't give a what they, you know. But when he's with my money, that's when I be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, enough is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I already walked away from the block, leave me alone. But I don't, you know, like what's going on now is like interesting to know what's going to happen and shit. Like everyone does the shit. But other than that, I never really cared. I really don't.
How is he mixing up your ego?
You know, like if I'm trying to sell something, him and his lawyers, Alex Shapiro, putting a false lawsuit on me, like, you know, shit like that. You valuing anything that I have or trying to sell. But, you know, or even down to like, he was selling Rockware, right, for like $400 million or whatever. I was gonna make $40 million. And right before Tommy Hilfiger signs the papers, he makes an announcement saying that he's not for Rockware, that he's on for S. Carter. The whole shit. And I just feel like he did that only because I was going to make $40 million. Like, he just couldn't see, like, they get so mad if I'm going to make money off them. But every time I could have made a really big check, he's always stepped in and intentionally fucked it up. Every time.
Dame Dash's rise to prominence is inextricably linked to Jay-Z. Together, they co-founded Rockefeller Records in the late 1990s, an independent label that revolutionized the music industry. The two came together with a shared vision to create their own platform and break free from the industry's traditional power structures. Dash's hustle and Jay-Z's lyrical genius made for a powerful partnership.
He was making enough money that he felt he didn't need to rap anymore. That changed, and he eventually connected with some guys across the East River in Harlem, New York, around the year '94. They were a group of young hustlers who went by the name Best Out. It included Dame Dash, Kareem Biggsburg, and a few others who used to throw parties at venues in the city. Dame Dash, a Harlem native, was advised to link up with Jay-Z by DJ Clark Kent because he was managing a few up-and-coming hip-hop acts at the time. After the introduction was made, the two sparked it off right as both were young entrepreneurs building a name for themselves in the industry. Dame brought in Biggs, and the plan was to take the marketing savvy that he used with Best Out and apply it to music. And agreed to launch Rockefeller together in the late '94 or early '95, with Biggs being the silent partner, and Dame and Jay being the most visible. Jay got to work. Started recording his debut album set to drop the following year in 1986. With a singles-only deal by Payday Records, a small label, Jay had been turned down by most of the major labels at the time.
Their journey was not without struggle. When Jay-Z's debut album, Reasonable Doubt, failed to get signed by major labels, it was Dame Dash who believed in him and decided to create Rock Ella. Their commitment paid off with the success of Jay-Z's albums, especially Hard Knock Life, which catapulted both the label and their careers into the stratosphere.
Ain't No was the highest charting single at number 50. Def Jam's move to add on the singles to Naughty Professor basically saved it. The album went on to sell 420,000 copies in its first year of release, making Jay a force to be reckoned with in hip-hop. Seeing the success and the buzz around the first album, Def Jam signed Jay to a 50-50 multi-million-dollar distribution deal in 1997 as Rockefeller Imprint. Def Jam bought half of the label for $1.5 million, leaving Jay, Dame, and Biggs the other half. It was on from there on. The trio's hustle finally paid off. They had found their purpose in life. Jay released his next 3 albums: My Lifetime Volume 1 in 1997, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life in 1998, and Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter in 1999. All 3 of those albums included hit records, and he also made guest appearances on Biggie's posthumous album, Life After Death, that raised his popularity as one of the biggest rappers in the country and made Rockefeller a label to be reckoned with. Dame knew how to capitalize on Jay's powerful momentum, and in 1999, Dame organized the legendary Hard Knock Life tour, which featured a lineup of Hov, DMX, Method Man, Redman, Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, Ja Rule, DJ Clue.
As Rocker expanded, so did the tension between Dame Dash and Jay-Z. Although they built a multi-million-dollar empire, their contrasting personalities began to fray their relationship. Dash was known for his bold, sometimes abrasive management style, while Jay-Z took a more calculated professional approach. The difference in their temperaments led to growing friction.
My main objective was to take over the whole entire planet. I made a conscious decision to take over the world. I like to spend all kinds of money, like the dollar, like the euro, like the pound, like the franc pause.
Dame Dash is the ultimate hustler. He could sell sand in the desert, water to a fish, and famously convinced Adam 22 to give him $500 for a haircut, despite not having a hair on his head.
Sounds like a pretty expensive haircut, considering all you really need is a pick. I could have done it for free.
But Dame Dash was always a neighborhood finesser, starting his business career way back in the youth when he actually had hair. As a young boy, he made money any way he could, from sweeping up hair on barbershop floors to delivering newspapers. And apparently, being so young with more money than all of the adults around him would have fostered that nasty arrogance that Dame Dash is so famous for.
Having more money than people older than me made it where, it made me kind of arrogant because they didn't have anything that I felt I didn't have, and they were living a square life. So I definitely think it gave me a certain mentality.
I mean, just imagine how demeaning it would be to have a 14-year-old Dame Dash calling your grown ass out for being broke.
Is $100,000 money? It's money.
Not to me.
So you can't do
Not to me.
But as time went by, Dame Dash made a name for himself in Harlem as an entrepreneur and
While Dash thrived in the fast-paced, hands-on world of entrepreneurship, Jay-Z started to focus more on long-term business ventures, aligning himself with bigger corporate interests. Dash, however, was committed to maintaining independence and avoiding what he saw as the corporate trap that Jay-Z seemed to embrace. Rockefeller wasn't the only brand. Dash and Jay-Z built Rocker, where the clothing line they launched in the early 2000s became a staple in hip-hop fashion. Dash's entrepreneurial mindset helped elevate the brand, while Jay-Z's star power brought in a broader audience.
All went under the Rockefeller imprint. In the year 2000, the young Chicago beatmaker Kanye West started producing for artists on Rockefeller Records as an in-house producer. While Jay and Rockefeller, the label, was getting bigger in the music scene, he started noticing the power of his influence amongst his fans. The clothes they were wearing to preferred alcohol beverages that was being imitated by the audience. Jay and Dame saw an opportunity to get into the clothing business, following the model of Russell Simmons with his Rap Farm brand. The idea actually came about around 1987, but it wasn't launched until later on in 1999. Jay was quoted as saying, "I would make records and talk about various clothing brands." I started noticing that I was selling a lot of clothing for these companies. I would go to them and they kept turning me away. I don't think they understood the amount of clothing I was moving.
In addition to Rockaware, Dash made several other business moves, including film production and marketing ventures. His influence expanded beyond music, positioning himself as a mogul in his own right. However, Jay-Z's ambitions began to diverge as Dash pushed for continued independence. Jay-Z aligned with Def Jam, taking on a corporate role that Dash felt was a betrayal.
He brought in the now fashion giant Charlie Ronson, who was just a 21-year-old British singer looking to bridge into the fashion world at the time. Rockefeller for financial backing and distribution, the 21-year-old Ronson was able to concentrate on the creative aspect of the business. In the year 2000, Rockaway signed a deal with Midway Games and PlayStation 2 to design clothing for the Afro Thunder character from the popular video game Ready to Rumble. Another branding opportunity came with the early 2002 release of the new film State Property with Games. The film featured a state property line of Rockaway. Games got a piece of the deal. Games and the state property crew wore the outfit in the film while performing. Dame was working. Mid-year 2002, him and the crew flew to Paris to shoot an ad campaign featuring the new state property line, Rockaway's other apparel, model, state prop, former Spice Girl Victoria Beckham, shot on locations around the legendary City of Lights. In the campaign, Dame hoped would appeal to the European consumers. Dame was dreaming big, wanted to conquer the international stage.
By 2004, it was clear that the bond between Dash and Jay-Z was on the verge of collapse. Jay-Z's growing aspirations at Def Jam, combined with his desire to retire from music and focus on business, marked a turning point. The final straw came when Jay-Z allegedly interfered with a significant rocker wear deal which Dash claims cost him millions of dollars. Jay-Z's decision to focus on his solo career and business ventures, while distancing himself from Dame Dash, became the catalyst for their split. Despite the personal and professional tensions, Dash never completely severed ties with Jay-Z, but the partnership that once fueled their rise to the top was no longer sustainable.
Where'd you get this piece? Who's this? Where'd you get this piece?
What's problema with it? Yo, Jay, you gotta bring that back, yo.
Also, Baines was going through his legal issue with the gun case, so there was a lot of bad press with Rockefeller at the time. Def Jam is now trying to figure out how to separate Jay from Dame, as they see him as somebody who they couldn't work with anymore because of his temperament. The last straw was when Dame found out about a meeting at Def Jam's offices about Jay that he wasn't a part of. Dame decided to head up there, where he berated everybody in the office.
And they called Dame's dad and said, "You want the whole thing to hear it? Keep the door open. I don't give a Rush in and called Dame's dad, make sure I was privy to it, and make sure I was CC'd or whatever. Go send an email randomly at 10:30 at night, whatever it is at night, and then you all have to wait. Right? And on another level, it's not for y'all, because I do not control it in my heart. That's why I'm asking questions. Everybody was dumb in this thing. So what was we doing? What was we talking about? Let me know.
One of the most significant moments in their fallout was Jay-Z's transition to D-Jam, taking on the role of President. Jay-Z essentially positioned himself as a key player in the corporate music world. This move was a major shift in the landscape of hip-hop, as Jay-Z became more of a businessman than an artist. Dame Dash, meanwhile, was left on the sidelines watching as his former partner embraced a world of big money deals and corporate maneuvering. Dash, who had always prided himself on his independence, was not eager to follow in Jay-Z's footsteps. Instead, he attempted to maintain his own label and business empire, but the challenges became overwhelming.
It's also been said that around this time, Jay began to have a lot less admiration for Dame Dash as a business mentor, saying in a 2009 XXL interview that he believes that Dame Dash is good at starting something, but constantly gets in his own way, suggesting that Dame Dash just doesn't know how to behave in the professional corporate world. Oh, come on, Jay. I mean, sure, Warren Buffett knows loads about building a successful conglomerate of corporate businesses, but can he move like this? Essentially, Dame was running around constantly causing messes that Jay had to clean up after Dame had been such a dash hole. From there, Jay began to rely more on his former accountant John Minnelli and record exec Steve Stout for business support. This, combined with Jay-Z's ambition to retire after his final album, The Black Album, and become a full-time business executive, would be the death knell for his partnership with Dame Dash. When a drunken Dame Dash was interviewed in 2004, he seemed to have an inkling that Jay-Z was about to spread his wings and go independent.
So what's going on with you and Jay and everything?
What's my man? You know, he's doing his thing. He's doing what he do. Better than Carter. Probably do record label, so we love Jay. You know what I'm saying? So Jay-Z was an individual. That's what I read over at the Rock. He's a product of the Rock. Fly your wings, Jay. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? That's my man.
But nothing could have prepared him for the inception level finesse he was about to be subjected.
Jay-Z's departure from Rockefeller Records was a defining moment in their professional relationship. It wasn't just a business move, it symbolized a deeper ideological divide. Jay-Z's desire to align with major corporate interests was at odds with Dash's commitment to maintaining control and independence. And at this point, Jay-Z was offered the role of president of Def Jam in a $30 million deal that would pay him $10 million a year over 3 years. One of Dash's most outspoken criticisms of Jay-Z is his business-first mentality. Dash points to Jay-Z's handling of R-Aware and other ventures as evidence of Jay's willingness to prioritize financial gain over personal loyalty. According to Dash, Jay-Z's actions cost him millions, especially after Jay allegedly interfered with a significant business deal, which Dash believes was motivated by jealousy or a desire for more control.
He did with Rockwear, that was done. You remember when Jay was wearing the dress shirts all the time? So when you order, you have to order like a year ahead of time. So then it went out of style and we ended up with dead stock and having to sell it off price. We lost. And now it's devaluing the company. I'm investing in different brands and Rockwear be the company. But they did not understand it. So we taking losses there because we started companies. We took the losses with the dress shirts. So now it's going down and I'm arguing with them and I'm like, yo, sell my interest. I just want to go. We were about to sell Tommy Hilfiger for like, $450 million. So I walked away with like $40 million. Right before we closed, the man makes an announcement that he's launching another brand. That's .com. So it devalued the brand and they left. If Jay's not a partner, we don't want it. Every time we be about to sell it, he would do something that would devalue it. It seemed like it was intentional. Why do you keep doing that? Obviously, you don't want me to get.
Did Jay know about what he did to him?
Did he know that everybody who R. Kelly married Aaliyah, everybody. So was the conversation had like, yo, how you gonna go and do something with this dude? Hell yeah, that conversation. If you think I'm soft, like I'm wrong, that didn't happen. I was like, yo, how you gonna do a project with it? No. We had the conversation. Why would you still, someone that was your girl, would you still do anything with that person? So why would anyone expect you? But that's what I don't understand. I'm like, yo, people be like, why, what? Just that alone. There's a lot of other shit. But that alone was like the nail in the show. Hey, I was out. I was bad. Trust me. After that, I don't want to be nowhere near. I knew that shit was gonna blow up. I didn't want no parts of it. I was like, I don't want this. That's not good money. So I wouldn't dump on that.
What's Jay-Z hiding? Now look, she's demanding take the journey test every time someone comes forward trying to get some money. I understand the rights of Jay-Z's. However, it looks like his lawyers did everything they could to avoid it and to lie about it, and now they're making the actual fraud happen. And that's where I take umbrage, because we need to take him to the benefit of the doubt, right? Jay-Z apparently getting some credibility. It's proven that he's lied in the past regarding lawsuits. It's not his case. At least it's not in my opinion. Let's go through what this man is alleging. Okay, so renewed calls to confirm the paternity of his illegitimate son is another legal blow the rapper is now facing. Record executive, real name Sean Carter, has been named in the civil lawsuit, as we know. He's now been dragged into an ongoing legal tussle of the paternity of Crimea Satterwhite, who has been a decades-long fight to prove the rapper is his father.
Jay-Z provide a unique window into the complex dynamics that shaped the trajectory of hip-hop. Their partnership was fueled by ambition, but it was also marred by ego betrayal and diverging vision for the future. At 53 Dash's reflections reveal a man who has moved past the pain of the past, but still carries the weight of what was lost in his relationship with Jay-Z. As both men continue to shape their legacies, the story of Rockefeller serves as a reminder of how ambition, loyalty, and business can both build and tear down empires. So what do you think? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more updates, and hit that bell so you never miss a thing. And thanks for watching this video, guys.